1822, here to review AEW All Out. Talk about a lot of wrestling on Saturday night. And yes, I will do the WWE WrestlePalooza review. But I'm kicking things off with AEW All Out. If you want to know how the overall about the show, please stay to the end of the review for my final overall thoughts on the show. So we kick things off with FTR and Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. I am loving this feud right here. FTR got so much heel heat in this match right here. I did like this one. Stoking out there as a distraction. And it led to the debut of Beth Phoenix and AEW. I knew eventually this would happen because her husband is working in the company. Christian Cage, Adam Copeland get the victory. But I really enjoyed the post-match stuff. You got Nick Wayne in a wheelchair with his milk of the mother, Shayna Wayne. Kip Sabian comes out, handcuffed Coates to the ring ropes while FTR takes out Christian Cage. And you got Beth Phoenix fighting in the honor of her husband, Adam Copeland. And they took her out with a power driver to give more heat to FTR. We all know this thing is not over, and I cannot wait to see what's going to be the second match. Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. Now, this match was just okay. This match felt more like a dynamite, but of course, you got to have Eddie Kingston on the show. You got to return him on a pay-per-view. The finish felt very flat to me. I wish they did the finish all over again because Eddie Kingston spinning back this really didn't connect like that. Even the commentators were up. So I was hoping they would do it, but no, they did not do it. Big Bill, Brian Keith attacks Eddie Kingston. Then Hook come out to make the save. Hook is no longer with the Ops. I'm glad about that part. Him and Eddie Kingston. I'm really looking forward to that pairing. So far, Hook development has been piss poor in AEW. So I hope him working with Eddie Kingston will do wonders for him on AEW television. Table and tax match, MJF versus Mark Briscoe. This was such a fun match, right? You had a lot of blood in this match. And the favorite part for me in this match where MJF took Mark Briscoe by the neck and slammed his forehead through the tax, and you can see all the blood on him. These two guys have great chemistry, and there's a lot of heat in this feud between MJF and Mark Briscoe. And I was so happy to see Mark Briscoe get the win on MJF. Mark Briscoe, he get wins, but he do not get the important win. And he finally got that big time win against MJF. I would love to see Mark Briscoe continue to get a big push in AEW. He's one of the most reliable talents in AEW. MJF can take a loss like this. He still have that contract, and he can let whoever the world champion at the time, when he going to cash it in. Her Syndicate versus Gates of Agony and Ricochet. I really enjoyed this match, right? MVP for someone who do not be in a ring that much. He still showed he got a lot left in the tank. This match was much better than I expected. And the reason why this was a three-way match, because you need someone to take the pinfall. And who was that guy? Of course, MVP. Your winners, Ricochet and Gates of Agony. But I know this another feud that's not over yet. TBS Championship match, Mercedes Moné versus Riho. This was a solid match. I'm not the biggest fan of Riho, but I gotta give her credit. She did have a good one with the CEO Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné grabbed the referee by his shirt, raked Riho in the eye to retain her TBS Championship. She will eventually pass Jade Cargill as the longest reigning TBS champion of all time. But Tony Khan, can you please give Mercedes Moné an actual program? Because we all know her and Riho will not continue. The Unified Triple Threat Championship match, the Rider, Okada, and Kessler. Now, coming to this match, I said the Rider is a polar bear in Texas, but I'm sorry, I was sleeping on you. This man was the MVP of this match. He won the clock over with all his entertaining, high-flying action. I still want to see the Kessler versus Okada at Wrestle Dream. Give it to me, Tony Khan. But, man, this was an outstanding triple threat match right here. Okada is still your Unified champion. And like I said, Tony Khan, you better do the Kessler versus Okada at the next pay-per-view. Coffin match, Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley. And this was one hell of a match. Darby Allin got back Jon Moxley with the fork through the air. He poked him in the forehead like Hangman did at AEW All In. This was such a sick match. I can watch these guys forever. And we get to returning Pat with a brand new look, and it led to Jon Moxley defeating Darby Allin. I said on my prediction Darby Allin should go over, but Darby Allin is Darby Allin. This guy will always remain over, and you will always take him serious as a talent on AEW TV. He is one of the most unselfish talents in AEW, and I love that so much about him. The four-way women's match for Toni Storm championship belt. I love these ladies. The match was solid, but I wish it was much better because I have high expectations for these talented four ladies in this match. And I was shocked that Chris Statlander pinned Toni Storm to become the new AEW Women's Champion. Now look, I thought in this match, if she lose, it would be someone else taking the pinfall. So this is big right here. And she used the seat belt pin, which Taz mentioned, because Willa Yuta told her to use that move in the match, which she did. So, will it mean Chris Statlander will eventually join the Death Rider? We shall see. This is her first time being the AEW Women's Champion. I've been really loving the work of Chris Statlander. She's a much better overall talent in the AEW Women's Division. This ladder match for the Tag Team Championships, holy shit, this was a phenomenal ladder match right here. You can debate which was better, that TLC match on SmackDown or this. This how good this was. My favorite sequence of the match was where you had Kevin Knight did a spot off top of the ropes through the table. And also Matt Jackson and Brody King did his finisher through a ladder. That really made the crowd in Canada lose their shit. I did not know how good this ladder match would be, but man, oh, one of the best matches of the year. The AEW Tag Team Division, I wish it was better, but tonight, the way these teams perform, I hope this can be a very important division again. But still, your AEW Tag Team Champions, Bro Dino. Post-match, out of nowhere, he's returning Jack Perry. And we all remember that video package where Killswitch made his return. It was Jack Perry, and we got the returning of Jurassic Express. I'm so happy to see this right here. Killswitch had that Killswitch belt around his waist. He took it off, and now he is Luchasaurus. Jack Perry scapegoat gimmick was not going to work, and CM Punk was no longer in AEW. So I'm glad these two are back together, and looking like we'll eventually get the Clan back together. So please, AEW Tag Team Division, please come back to life. So I thought it was over between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. No. So after the match was over with Jon Moxley, one of the Death Riders carried him out in the coffin. So he told him, "Don't go away. I got this." Darby Allin gets out, attacks Jon Moxley, puts him in a body bag, light his ass on fire, but it did get the fire extinguisher at the right time. It would not surprise me the next match between these two going to be like a flamethrower match, like he did on Jack Perry at the last year pay-per-view. Holy shit. AEW is a different type of wrestling promotion. The world title match, Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. Now look, we all know Kyle Fletcher was not going to be the champion. But Tony Khan loved him some Kyle Fletcher, and Kyle Fletcher showed why Tony Khan loved him so much. Kyle Fletcher was so awesome in this world title match right here. This was a kick-ass main event match. This is one of the best world title matches I've seen in AEW. This is Kyle Fletcher's best match in AEW. And I thought his best match in AEW would be with Will Ospreay. No, it was with Hangman. Hangman. Man, his match has been phenomenal as the world champion. And this was better than LJ match, and I love that match. But man, this was phenomenal. I love how Taz was on commentary talking about how it was like, "Oh, is he ready?" And the crowd was chanting, "You're not ready." He was like, whoever in AEW, they are all ready. They're all telling people. I love how they threw that part in there. Still your AEW heavyweight champion, Hangman Adam Page. And what's next for the champion, Hangman Adam Page? AEW All Out. This show was damn good. AEW over-delivered tonight. I know a lot of people looked at the card and they were like, I could pass on the show. If you pass on the show, you made a mistake. I really enjoyed this one right here. This was much better than AEW Forbidden Door. So if you watch AEW All Out like me, give me your thoughts on the show. Negative, positive, I will respond in the comment section per usual. Hit the like button on the video. As always, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.